Wow. Talk about character chemistry in a movie. Oh my gosh. But before I get into my movie review, guys, let's roll that intro. Long story short, synopsis. Teddy, who wakes up the morning after his wedding to discover that every few minutes he's jumping forward to the next year of his life. Hey guys, and welcome to my new movie review that's been long awaited for Long Story Short. Guys, this is an absolutely incredible film if you love character chemistry, including an incredible storyline. So this movie is rated M, and the duration is 1 hour and 30 minutes. The genre of this movie is romantic comedy movie. And it is directed by Josh Lawson. And the absolutely incredible cast of this movie, guys, is Rafe Spall, who plays the character of Teddy, Ronnie Ching, who plays the character of Sam, Dina Kapler, who plays the character of Becca, Noni Hazlehurst, who plays the stranger, and Zara Newman, who plays the character of Leanne. So this movie came out this year, 2021. Guys, oh my gosh, seriously. For those of you who've been following my channel for any period of time, one of the core elements, one of the core things in my personal opinion that film needs to be filmed, specifically with a film like this. Something that is in the element and the embodiment of Groundhog Day. It has to be a sequence into sequence, and the storyline and the character chemistry completely seamlessly, literally. Because if it's not, us as an audience member it is one of those films that you can just get totally taken away by and just be watching the movie without actually watching the movie, if that makes sense. But specifically the comedy elements, because when you have character chemistry the way that this movie absolutely does in incredible spades, in its absolute brilliance of a wow wonder, the storyline and the comical elements of the movie literally are just icing on the cake for a movie like this. This movie is absolutely incredible. Now, Teddy and Leanne, I honestly couldn't believe, and I genuinely, authentically mean this, guys. I literally can't even express this enough. Teddy and Leanne's character chemistry in this movie is breathtakingly incredible. Like, honestly, there was not one element of this movie that I thought to myself, and I really mean this, guys. I honestly mean this, that I thought to myself, are you really together though? I mean, really? Not once. They owned the stage, in this case, the camera. They really, really did. I bought every moment of them being a couple. I bought every element of their relationship in this movie, guys. They seriously brought to the table, evidentially, that they were a couple, and especially in the opening sequence of how they meet. It's almost like they meet in an accidental bad way. And for anyone who has been following my channel for any period of time, guys, I don't do spoilers in my movie reviews, so you won't get spoilers out of me, guys. If you want to know the movie that badly, go and see it. Go and support the film. That's just my opinion, guys. All film is subjective, but I tell you what, guys, this film has so much heart. Speaking of heart, guys, the two characters in this film, besides Leanne and Teddy, that I felt had so much heart, and the reason why they have so much heart is actually a situation that happens later on in the movie that it really, really pulls at the heartstrings And, long story short really is the clever element to what it becomes, which is Teddy and his best friend Sam. Oh my gosh, you guys, seriously, their character chemistry is vitally, impeccably important in this movie. Honestly, their character chemistry pulled at my heartstrings to such a degree in this movie, guys, that I just felt it. I mean, I really felt it. And the comical elements that they go back and forward with in this movie, outstanding. They really felt like best friends in real life. Like, honestly, like in the movie, they made me feel like they were best friends. Like, yeah, these guys definitely in real life they must hang out together and stuff like that, because their character chemistry worked so well, unbelievably well. One of the biggest things that worked so unbelievably well in this movie, guys, was actually the transition scenes. It was so unbelievably simple, so subtle, yet so incredibly effective. Every single time it happened, it was almost like Teddy had literally not even left set. Like, that's what it really felt like. Like, everything about his clothing, his beard, all that sort of stuff really made me as an audience member feel like, yeah, you literally just went from there to there. It was unbelievably well executed like that. And for those of you who don't know, this is actually an Australian movie, and most of it was actually the exterior shots of this movie were actually down on Bondi Beach, and it was so unbelievably clear to see that in the background of this movie. Speaking of beach scenes, guys, there is an absolutely incredibly beautiful, powerful scene between Teddy and his daughter when she's actually grown up a little bit. And I can't even begin to express how beautifully powerful and moving that scene was. Their dynamic between daddy and daughter, for me, worked perfectly. And I mean, honestly, their dynamic was absolutely flawless. It was really well executed. Oh my gosh, it was so well executed. And there's something different about him, and he finds that, as I said, no spoilers, guys, but he finds something in the sand when he's sitting there, and something is different about his person in that sequence of the scene, and he goes to contemplate something because his life is just going in a direction that it's going, and then when she comes into the scene, it is just dynamic. Honestly, guys, she brings this level of heart and purity into the movie that is so well needed, honestly, and it just grows from there. It just blooms, and their character chemistry it's electric, it's ecstatic, it is so incredibly beautiful. I was so moved, I was taken by it. Oh my gosh, you guys, this, honestly, it is so incredible. But like I said, guys, the transition scene, when you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, from year to year, is it's just so purely executed. Like, you get it every single time. It is not overpowered. It is not like, oh, really, that wouldn't happen. It is so well done, guys. I honestly, thoroughly encourage you to go and see this movie. Honestly, guys, it is an element of this movie that kind of brought around this situation for Teddy was the stranger. Now, I actually really appreciated how she was woven into the story of this movie to end up being what it was. I thought that element of this movie worked impeccably. Now, the reason why I felt it worked impeccably is because it wasn't forced. It wasn't really, really, and the way that he obeyed the instructions, and it's kind of funny when he opens the gift to obey the instructions. There was a part of me, and those of you who've seen the film, I'm interested to know in the comment section below if you felt this way as well. If you've seen the film, let me know in the comment section. And if you haven't, I thought that when he reads the instructions of the present and he says what it is, I thought that he had already done it. And that's what made me go, wait, is that, are we missing something? Or like, didn't you just, isn't that what it said not to do? But then at the end of the movie, it's revealed. And oh my gosh, you guys, wow. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And one of the things I really loved about this movie is relationship elementary of the movie. They stick with the yearly thing. I really like that. And you'll see what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie. And those of you who have seen it, right? They really stuck with that. And I thought it was really, really well executed like that. Because I personally did that in my relationship as well. And it's just fun. It's just one of those fun things to keep a little tradition. And it's a gift-giving thing. And that's one of my languages. And I absolutely love it. So even though Becca has such a small role in this movie with Teddy, the characters, I also thought that Becca, her character with Teddy was really, really, really cute. Like, I really felt the cuteness behind who they were. And it's funny because in this movie, you see where they transpire to and stuff like that. And you kind of think in a way, and as again, the storyline is so well played out. It really, really, really is well played out in this movie. But you kind of seeing it unfold and their relationship unfold in front of you. I really like the fact that where she starts and where she ends up in this movie. I really, really, really liked it. Honestly, guys, if you haven't had a chance to see Long Story Short, I genuinely mean this, guys, you will be thoroughly, thoroughly entertained. I'm going to talk about the joke elements of this, guys. I'm really going to dive into this now. The joke elements of this movie land every single time. Every single time. The guy who plays Teddy in this movie, Teddy's character in this movie is just brilliantly funny. Honestly, I remember seeing the trailer to this movie and I thought to myself while watching the trailer, nah, this is definitely a must watch. This is definitely a must watch. And for those of you who have been following my channel for any period of time, you know what I say about trailers. If the trailer buys me 99.99% of the time, I will love the movie. Yep. Again, it is exactly what it was. Every single time without fail. Every time without fail, guys. This is a movie that will, I promise you, will stand the test of time. It really, really will, guys. And speaking of standing the test of time, guys, does Long Story Short have in its core essential element the thing that in my personal humble opinion that I always believe that film needs to be film. So us as an audience member can not only just watch it in the cinemas once, but once it's released on DVD, Blu-ray or home streaming, to go back days, months, years later And what I like to call, in my personal opinion, and those of you who've been following my channel for any period of time know exactly what I'm about to say right now. Say it with me, guys, in 3, 2, 1. Guys, that's right. Rewatchability. Just long story short, have rewatchability in its core elemental essential. You know the answer. Guys, you know the answer already. I don't even need to say it anymore. Say it with me. Yes, of course it does. 1,000% yes. Oh my gosh, guys. This is an absolutely incredible movie that has so much rewatchability that you will want to go back into the cinemas to go and watch, and especially when it comes out on streaming, Blu-ray, or DVD. Really is one of those movies that you'll be so glad you took, and it had so much heart behind it. Oh my gosh, it had so much heart behind it. Even, oh man, it's just packed. It's riddled with the wow factor. It really is, guys. It is absolutely brilliant. So for anyone who has been following my channel for any period of time, you know that I love to end my movie reviews with the core element thing, the fun thing that film needs in a movie review. That's right. I give you guys trivia in my movie review because, in my personal opinion, guys, trivia in a movie review is like icing on a cake. Who doesn't love cake? I love cake. I'm going to have some cake for breakfast. Yeah, why not? Guys, so it's trivia time. Guys, Ronnie Ching was actually the first person that was cast in this movie. Next piece of trivia is, guys, and this is the final piece of trivia. I appreciate you being here. During one of his jumps forwards, Teddy remarks on how Leanne hasn't aged, asking if she's got a portrait up in the attic. This is a reference to Oscar Wilde's 1890 novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray, in which a man sells his soul so that his portrait will remain young. Guys, that is all that I have for this movie review. Have you had yourselves your chance to see Long Story Short? If you have, please leave your comments in the comment section below and let me know your feedback. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this incredibly brilliant, beautiful, stellar movie. You guys are amazing. I appreciate your time. And if you're new here, welcome to my movie review. It is so good to have you here. I really appreciate you being here. And if you haven't, go ahead and do yourselves that favor, guys. Go ahead and click that subscribe button, click the like button, and don't forget to leave a thumbs up. That way I know that you're appreciating my movie reviews. I really appreciate your time, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Guys, don't forget who's bringing this movie review for Long Story Short. This is Superman Steve, guys. Appreciating your time, you're always, and loving you being here. Flying out!